This is from the book Pakistan Army's First Warlord, who led the longest war, General Douglas Gracey and the Kashmir War of 1947-48. This section deals with false claim of Major General Fazl-e-Muqim Khan about ceasefire of 31st December 1948. In 1963, Major General Fazl-Muqim Khan made a totally false and nonsensical claim that Pakistan Army was in a position to win Kashmir if Pakistan had not agreed to ceasefire in Kashmir on 31st December 1948, refers 115 and 116 of Fazl-e-Muqim's The Story of the Pakistan Army, Oxford University Press, Karachi, 1963. The factual operational position was that Indian Army was well poised to counter any Pakistani counterstroke in December 1948, and Fazl's claim that Pakistan Army could have won the Kashmir War had absolutely no basis. Fazl's false claim was convincingly dismissed and refuted by Pakistan Army's official history of Kashmir War, published in 1970. 1970 official history, which addressed the various controversies, was essentially a Pakistan Army explanation of 1948 war. In 1970, Pakistan Army official history of Kashmir War was published. Note that in 1970, Pakistan was a totally military run show. Hence, this official history was most convincingly Pakistan Army's accepted and authentic version of Kashmir War. This official history clearly stated that the Pakistani counterstroke, titled Operation Venus, planned to be launched in late December 1948, was not designed to win Kashmir War, but to merely force the Indians to agree to a ceasefire. The official history thus stated that the aim of Operation Venus was to, quote, force the Indians to sue for an immediate ceasefire on the basis of the status quo, as the recent operations had involved the maximum effort they were capable of putting forth. At that time, maneuvers now contemplated would, instead of prolonging the fight in Kashmir, force the Indians to terminate the conflict, unquote. So said the official history of 1970, page 267, the Kashmir Campaign 1947-48. As you can see, this is the map. This is one of the only hand-drawn maps of the 1948 Operation Venus. As you can see, the operation envisaged 14 Para Brigade and the 3rd Armored Brigade to launch a counterstroke, and on the Indian side you have 50 Para Brigade, 268 Brigade and 80 Brigade, and Central India Horse and Deccan Horse in the reserve and Nashara area. As you can see, this is the Indian and Pakistani disposition, and this is Operation Little Venus and Operation Venus. As you can see, this was the Pakistani counterstroke, attack on Reach and Mendak feature, and then a thrust towards Nashara and the Berry Patton Bridge. As you can see, Operation Venus envisaged destruction of Berry Patton Bridge by concentrated artillery fire and deliberate and systematic destruction of the enemy positions by employing artillery. As you can see, this is Operation Little Venus and the major Operation Venus, showing the attack. Operation Little Venus is artillery fire and destruction of Berry Patton Bridge, and Operation Venus is the actual attack on Nashara and Berry Patton Bridge using 14 Para Brigade and 3rd Armored Brigade. In the next podcast, we will deal with 1948 war was a foreign policy failure, and antics of Chaudhry Zafarullah and his total failure to negotiate a ceasefire for Pakistan while Pakistan was in an advantageous position. The ceasefire negotiated on 31st December 1948 was a total failure for Pakistan in the sense that Pakistan lost major and strategic areas like Zojila, Kargil, Baltistan, and the area between Rajouri and Poonch.